Hi there. This is another video about my favorite hiking trail. It goes along the ridge of that hill over there, which is actually the Tihany Peninsula in Lake Balaton. Over there you can see a bit of the lake. So I'm well aware that most people are not so interested in my favorite hiking trails, but today I have a special mission which has to do with the fact that it is winter right now. So I'm gonna explain to you why it's a good idea to visit this place in winter and not only in summertime, as most people do. Okay. Let's go! As usual, I have parked my bike down there and started walking up that ridge over there. Over there you can see the lake, hopefully, and you can see that the sun is already quite low. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's December 27th today. And the special event which my mission is to explore today will happen at around 4 o'clock and 6 minutes in the afternoon. So I've got 1 more hour which I will spend just walking around in this amazing landscape. And of course I am going to explain some details of what I am planning to find out. One of my favorite spots here, and this is just the beginning, so I hope you can understand why this is my favorite hiking trail. So yeah, I think it's pretty clear that the special event I am waiting for is sunset. But why is it so important for me to experience the sunset here in winter and not any other time of the year? There's a reason for it, and yeah, let's do some very basic geophysics. I think this is something you probably know, or most of you probably know, but maybe not everyone. So everybody knows that the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west, right? Nope, this is not exactly true, or to be more precise, it's only true on 2 specific days of the year. The equinox days, where the daytime and the night times are equally long, and this is the case in late March and also in late September. So these are the days where the sun rises exactly in the east and sets exactly in the west. In summertime, the sun, or at least talking about summertime in the northern hemisphere, so in this time the sun will rise in the northeast and it will set in the northwest. So what does that mean? talking about this specific point. So when we look this way, this is approximately where I'm pointing now. This is exactly west. So that means that in the summer the sun will rise over these, or behind these hills over there, which also means that you won't really see it anymore when it actually crosses the horizon. And what I am hoping to experience today in late December is to see the sun rise, well, of course not rise, but set over the lake. So I can really see the sun until it actually crosses the horizon. And today we have really perfect conditions, so there is not a single cloud to be seen, which fortunately happens quite often here in Hungary, much more often than in Germany. So yeah, and when you look at this direction, this is actually southwest. So, and I'm hoping that the sun will actually go down over there. So of course the sun will not go down vertically directly. It will move a little bit to the north. It's going to move a little bit to the north, and I hope that it will cross the horizon before it will move behind these hills over there. So that's the deal. One more thing I like to say, I really don't know whether the sun will set behind the hills or over the open water, kind of. I could of course calculated all of this. I could have measured the angles on a map and then look up the positions, the angles where the sun is going to set exactly this day, today. I could have done this. I do have the basic mathematical skills which are required for that, but I think it's much more interesting to experience all this right here with your own senses in nature. So I'm saying kind of over the open water because of course this is not an ocean, it's a lake, and it does end somewhere, even the part where you don't see the end, but it is about 60 kilometers from here, so under normal weather conditions you don't see the land on this side. Here's the highest point of this trail, Tihany, which means something like peak hill, where you have a great view also to the other direction of the peninsula, the other part of the lake. And let's see, maybe this is where I'm gonna watch sunset. Still more than half an hour to go, even though the sun is already really low. Look at this. Not really sure what I'm going to do next half hour or so. I mean, in the summertime I would just have sat down on one of these rocks and waited, but it's quite cold. I would say around 1 degrees, and as the sun is getting lower, it's of course getting colder, so I'm just gonna walk around a little bit and then come back to this place. Okay. So, just decided to not watch the sunset right at the peak, because there's quite a lot of other hikers walking around here, and I guess most of them are going for the peak and gonna take selfies and so on, and the place is gonna be quite crowded, which is not the kind of place where I like filming. So I have spotted another place a little bit lower, but nonetheless spectacular. I mean, this is even quite spectacular, I would say. So this place has gotten quite popular during the past 5 years. Might have to do with the pandemic, where less people traveled to foreign countries and many people started to explore their own neighborhood. So it's mostly Hungarian people who you meet here. Almost no Germans or other Europeans, but amongst Hungarians this place has become really popular, which was not the case when I first came here about 10 years ago. You wouldn't meet anybody this time of the year. So I think that's a nice place to watch the sunset, the Naplemente, as you say in Hungarian. By the way, I have mentioned this in my other video about this trail. These hills here have volcanic origin, and the rocks you see here, so this is obviously not solidified lava or basalt or something like that. This is called geyserit. It is a sediment from the mineral holding water from under the ground, which came out at geysers. And yeah, you can see all these stripes. So basically this is a freshwater limestone kind of. Light is already turning reddish, and it looks like my plan is gonna work out. So sun is almost at the horizon. It's a little bit foggy, but that's okay, and it will go down in a place where you don't see the opposite shore of the lake. Quite a dangerous place for taking selfies, to be honest, because there's absolutely no protection here, and yeah, it's going down about, I would say, 15 meters, something like that. Better be careful. Sun has just started crossing the horizon. I don't think you can see a lot of it with this wide angle lens of my action cam, but I think at least you can see these amazing colors here. Yeah, I think you can absolutely not see it, but we are halfway through the sunset, the Naplemente. It looks much more amazing if you would come here yourself. And this place is not hard to reach. It is basically right in the center of Europe, a little bit to the southeast, but you get here from Munich within 6 hours, for example, by car. And of course it has much more to offer than sunsets. Okay, so I still hope that this video will get a little more views than the last one from this place, for which not many people seemed to have interest, but that's the way it is with these more quiet videos you make in nature. Anyway, I will keep doing them